Hello and welcome back. I'm Mother of High Mileage Preparedness, and today we're going to talk about something so sinister, yet perceived as non-threatening that this information may totally surprise you. What can this be? CBDCs. I'm going to give you my thoughts, my ideas, and the implications of what I see coming down the pipe. So let's get into it, shall we? Just what are CBDCs? They're central bank digital currency. Central banks are rolling these out as we speak. They'll have significant implication on payments and on privacy. 2 years ago, a law was passed where every bank in the United States had to create a digital passport or wallet for every account holder. Now, this was nearly seamless and went unseen by most everyone, but nonetheless, it was a step that had to be taken going down the CBDC road. If you're hearing this and have a bank account, then that bank has created a CBDC wallet/account for you. And you can bet your social security number is attached to it. The U.S. government recently completed a 12-week CBDC pilot program for the major banks. It was the final testing of a wide-scale wholesale CBDC rollout on the banks. It was not a retail rollout where you and I could use it. With the CBDC, the Federal Reserve would release digital dollars pretty much like they release normal dollars today. A programmable digital currency, and a bit more on this in a moment. Please do not confuse a CBDC with FedNow. FedNow is an instant payment system, a payment platform, not a currency. So, what is so sinister? What is so scary about CBDCs? Programmability. This one word should have you pooing your pants. Fedcoin is the working name of the U.S. government's CBDC. When will the U.S. government roll out Fedcoin? Unknown at this point, but I'm thinking soon, as in the next 5 years, for sure before 2030. It will require congressional approval, and right now that's not happening. But as inflation increases, the dollar devalues, other countries shed their dollar reserves and move to another currency. The probability increases, but the political landscape changes and the pendulum swings. CBDCs are coming, and there's little to nothing you can do about it except to prepare in advance to counter them. And when it does roll out, do you think there'll be a fee to move your green fiat dollars into CBDCs? Of course. Please don't even get me started on a negative interest rate for your checking or savings account and how that will rob you once a month. But will CBDCs have any impact on precious metals? That's what we're here to figure out. And that's significantly harder to answer. Why? Well, because gold and silver are kind of the opposite of any CBDC. Gold and silver are untrackable, transportable, and have been used as a currency for over 2,000 years. Will gold and silver be the cloak and dagger currency of the future? The currency that is used to fight or circumvent the CBDC? I'm thinking so. Will there be a black market? For sure. Think of the dark web and Bitcoin. An underground barter system, a high probability at some point. Now, a bit more on CBDCs and just how sinister they are. Let's think for a moment. Here's a comparison. Bitcoin will only ever have 21 million coins total. Never ever will there be more, and there's no way to modify Bitcoin's ecosystem. It is what it is. Bitcoin has no programmability. Now, Ethereum does not have a capped ecosystem, and we have seen how it can be manipulated. It does have some programmability. ETH used to be mined by GPU miners. I know, I did it. None of it has moved. Now it's moved to proof of work where mining is no longer possible. They changed the program. With your CBDC coming soon, will the government be able to manipulate it? Oh, heck yeah. In one word, programmability. Would the U.S. government put out a currency that cannot manipulate? Oh my gosh, does that, been there, done that, sound familiar? Programmability is for sure in any CBDC. It is a core tenet of CBDCs. What that means is that rules can be coded in, interest fees, carbon fees, usage deadlines, just a couple of examples off the top of my head. List your examples in the comments below. Every CBDC transaction will be logged, showing the payor, the payee, the amount, date, time, the location, and possibly the item. And this record is permanent. Folks, there is no delete button for us. Don't want the boss to know you bought some reefer, that you picked up a half ounce of primo herb to ease your stress over the weekend. Don't want the world knowing you bought that Viagra. Don't want the government knowing you bought a case of 5.56 ammunition, or why you bought subsonic 300 blackout armor ammo. Now, will gold and silver become the currency of choice for those who don't want to have the government in their business? Damn skippy. As long as there are Americans who support freedom, and as long as there are people who don't want the government knowing their business. Now, will there be straw man CBDC accounts? Oh, heck yeah. I can see a thriving underground black market for straw man accounts. There are far too many rabbit holes to jump down when it comes to CBDC, but I digress. It should only take you a few minutes to figure out all the poo that will come with it. And as we use CBDC, we will be ceding a bit more control to our masters, giving up more of our privacy. They will promise us speed, ease of use, simplicity, security. And yes, we will get these things, along with so much more they will not tell you about or mention. Well, I cannot give financial advice, nor am I, but I will bet that I get a good return on any and all gold and silver purchases I make prior to the CBDC becoming the norm. I'm pretty certain our government will tell us that tracking of purchases will not be done. But with any blockchain technology, that's hard coded in. So the point is moot. It's digital. So I'm 100% sure that with any electronic payment system on the blockchain, there will always be a digital record of every transaction that goes through your wallet. Did you know that you can jump online and check on Bitcoin transactions from 10, almost 15 years ago? And yep, they're all still out there. Every crypto transaction is in the ether forever. Yes, a forever record of all you purchased and sold via CBDC will be there for any judge, jury, or political official, or even your prospective spouse or significant other to look at and peruse at their leisure. Now, how do you feel? On to the upside to CBDCs. Instant payment, speed, ease of use, security. Never have to take a hot check again. And never can you float a check for a day or two. All your money is now on your phone, not in your wallet. So it's harder to get robbed. Downsides. The Fed can regulate you into poverty. They don't want you buying a specific item, ammunition perhaps, or you're an overweight diabetic purchasing sugar-laden foods. Click, click, and no milkshake for you. Click, you can't buy what's bad for you. So on and so forth. Yes, it will never happen. We high mileage folks never thought that the US dollar would become a fiat currency either. Well, Richard Nixon did it with a swipe of a pen. My conclusion is to buy the things that you can now, before the CBDC gets instituted. Buy the things now that you prefer there is no record of. Your guns, your ammo supply, your silver, your gold, your Viagra. Using an account-based CBDC means a complete lack of privacy. Now, gold and silver may never become the barter and trade currency that used to happen a couple hundred years ago. I just can't see it. People will bend like a reed in the wind to the government's wishes concerning a CBDC. But in a worst case scenario, gold and silver just continues as they have for over 2,000 years, acting as a store of wealth. Not a bad thing. Buying gold and silver will move your cash out of the current banking system we have. Most likely a good thing. Best case is that gold and silver increase in utility. We could get a bit more miles out of them. I'm no financial savant, but I can see a no-lose situation when it smacks me square in the face. I will buy the metals when my finances allow. Good luck to all of you. Please click the like, share, and subscribe button. Drop a comment below. I've got miles to go before I sleep.